Do you want to introduce?
No, you can.
Hello
and welcome.
Hello and welcome to Middle Please Umpire. This isn't Series 7. This is a standalone special.
Halloween special.
Halloween or autumn. If you're not into Halloween, perhaps you have a lot of children, you find the thing frankly exhausting. Let's call it the autumn
or the
special.
Cricket Winter special.
The Cricket Winter special. And we're coming to you today from an office. Not just any office. What does it say on the door of this office, Woody?
Dunder Mifflin.
It so nearly does. What does it really say?
It says management office.
It's a management office because we are in Loughborough at the what's it called? The ECB
National Cricket Centre.
National Cricket Centre, Centre of Excellence.
Any of them?
High Performance Centre. Yeah. So I have come with Nathan, the producer. Bit of a
Nathan.
You're here, aren't you, Nathan?
Nathan, where are you?
Yeah.
Hey, there he is.
I had a road trip with Nathan. I got the Thames link, and then he picked me up. We stopped at Leicester Forest, which is, I don't know if you've popped in recently, but they're using temporary toilets, Woody, and I would say it's no longer a flagship.
It's down on your service list now. That wouldn't be
it's no T-Bay.
Is the Thames Link one the one where you stop at basically like the station, whatever, like in the middle of London, and then you go maybe what feels like 5 seconds?
Yeah,
and
it'd be like Farringdon, then City, then King's Cross, but it's really...
loads of people get on and off there. I couldn't believe that when I did that. So I do one from the northeast of Brighton.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe in the middle of London how many times you stop.
You did a stopping train from the northeast of Brighton?
Well, I had to get off at King's Cross.
I see, and then get on there. Yeah. And then you have to change to go to Hove again. It's quite a journey. So and here we are. We come to Loughborough, and you are in the last stages. Was that your last training session?
Last one before the Big Bird.
So got to go into the marquee that you've often spoken about on the podcast, which is a pump full of steam if you're going to Sri Lanka or whatever. This time it was just heat, and
it wasn't too hot, but was it?
It wasn't
pleasant
at all bad. The heat, I would say, was mainly your bowling. Woody thought that it would be, I don't know, sensible or fun if Nathan and Woody bowled a few balls in the net, and then he said, why don't you go and stand down the bottom just at the edge? And I, nervous about it, stood there, and you said, I'm not going to hit you or anything, but I mean, I still remember the Harmison's first ball in Australia. I thought there's always a chance that something could happen, but I did stay there for about an over or two, and then I thought, I have had brain surgery in the last 5 years. I'm gonna just quietly go out of the net again. But it was very exciting to be up that close. Absolutely unbelievable.
So what was better, being up close from the ball passing you as I was bowling, or watching Ben Stokes bat in the next net and the ball coming off his bat?
That was part of the fear, because when Nathan and I were standing was basically if Ben Stokes absolutely middled the pool, and I know there was probably 2 sets of nets between us, but it was still absolutely terrifying. And one did come over the gap at the top, and I had to go and get it for them very nervously. But no,
how
ridiculous.
Did you pass it back? Was it a confident underarm toss, or was it a little,
No, it was a really nervous overhead, because there was actually a very small sort of crack between the gap between the top of the net and the ceiling one. So I sort of really cracked.
And did you go with Ben, Mr. Stokes, Stokesy?
Well, it was the
captain.
It was the other gentleman, the gentleman that was doing
he
was doing the.
He's a left arm dog sticker, isn't he? So he's trying to mimic.
The guy's an absolute left arm dog sticker, and so I threw it to him, and he was kind enough to thank me, Woody. So I really felt that was quite a big Ashes contribution.
And you managed to pick up Ben Stokes' woolly hat.
With
the grass already attached.
Yeah. I hope it's not his lucky hat. I hope it's a hat that has no personal significance. But you very kindly squirreled it away for me. These are his and his
Which
hats.
You can't see for the water there.
Can't see for the water.
There we go.
Nathan and I got here early. You took us into the marquee, and then Stokes was batting. You were bowling. It was very grown up, it seemed. Everyone seems bigger. Everything seems faster. You said when your dad came, everyone just seems to hit the ball a bit harder. Yeah. The ball's travelling that bit faster. Nathan briefly looked at his phone, and it was the one moment when Stokes hit one along the ground in our direction, and he looked up just in time to stop it with his foot like a fast bowler on the boundary used to do. Not in your era.
It was a bit Charlie Chaplin-esque, wasn't it? The sort of like legs either side, bit of a squat, hop, jump kind of thing that he did.
I liked it. I thought it was classy. Don't you? For you, that's what you do for a living. For us,
it was weird though when he went down. He also tipped his hat at the same time, and then for the hat, that was a bit weird.
No, we felt under quite serious pressure. It was very serious for you. I know that's like using a printer or whatever. It's just part of your working life. But for us,
I couldn't then be on a stage in front of hundreds of people and going, right, make me laugh.
Well, you have done that though, surely. We'll go and do it together. You must have done. You must have done that. You must have gone and stood at a Saturday
Q&As
dinner.
and things, but I haven't done a stand-up.
Tell you what I did last week. I was hosting charity gala, Cricket Without Boundaries, which is an absolutely amazing charity using cricket as a way of uniting people and helping communicate important health messages in Africa. And I had to host it. But that's quite difficult because that's a lot of saying, here are the auction items and let's play a game of heads and tails. But one of the aspects of it, Keen, the band,
Did
were
you
headlining.
as a person who runs these games, do you fix them in the end? Like, do you look around the room and say, oh, they're winning?
Well,
there's 5 of them with heads and only one with tails.
Because
tails.
The lights are in your eyes. So when you say how many people are left standing, it's a genuine question because you really can't see. So maybe when I declared a winner, there wasn't even a winner. But between dinner, between main and dessert, I had a chat, I had a conversation.
I'm hock tureen.
It was
duck.
I can't remember. No, it was
sizzling duck.
beef. Can you remember? The menu, Nathan?
It was venison, was that?
Venison again. And so I had a little chat with a former England cricket captain on stage, Woody, and it was you're probably wondering who. Are you?
Who was?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, well, actually, as you ask, it was Michael Atherton.
You very rarely speak about Michael Atherton.
He just happened to come up. I mean, you did ask, Woody. You've absolutely prized this anecdote out of me. Anyway, he was on terrific form and he was very funny, and he was also very, very buoyant about this current England team. He said, "We are living in the golden age." In the office, which you and I both like, the American office, there's a bit of an Andy saying, "I wish there was a way of telling you in the good old days." During the good old days, he said, "This is the golden age," and he really spoke very optimistically and excitedly about this England team. That's a man who's played a lot of cricket, a man who's watched a lot of cricket. And if I were you, I would take that as an absolutely enormous compliment.
But what did he say about you? Did he give you any compliments? Did he say you presented really well? Did he say your tone was excellent? Did he like the way you dress?
He said he's always thought of me mainly as a style icon. He didn't really. He's just used to seeing photographs of me in fashion magazines. He didn't really know I could speak. He was very complimentary and also asked me some quite hard cricket quiz questions.
Did you get them right? Were they about him?
No, they weren't. This was not on stage. This was when we were just talking afterwards.
I also saw a lovely. So you're new to Instagram, I believe.
I have got an official Instagram,
which is what
page now. I think it's either officially Miles Japp or Miles Japp officially. Nathan, can you edit? It's Miles Japp officially. It's
okay.
Officially Miles Japp. Just don't know.
And I saw one of the comments was, "Great work, Miles. If you ever want to do a quiz on Michael Atherton, get in touch."
Was that a comment?
Yeah, cricket. You're new to Instagram, aren't you?
Yeah.
Comments are things that people leave on the photos.
Okay, I will. Yeah. Oh, well, right. Well, that is. Do you know who was it from? Was it you?
Cricket quiz man.
Was it Cricket Quizman? Cricket Quizman? Cricket Whizman. Was it Chris Wokes?
Quizzy Crick man.
Quizzy Quizface.
I'm going to find it now.
Yeah, but we also actually, just when we arrived, very excitingly, who should appear at the bottom of the stairs but the Wiz, Chris Wokes.
Yes, friend of the show.
Friend of the show. And I mean, it was like he hadn't retired. He was in the same training gear that you were.
How's Stat Pod?
Okay, how's Stat Pod? Fine.
Great hosting, great event. If
That's
you ever want to test your Athers knowledge again, you're always welcome on our Cricket Trivia podcast.
All right. Okay. Well, I might do that. Yeah.
Do you think you'd get them all right on Athers? Everything?
No, not anymore.
Like favourite childhood bear?
No, I don't think I would. Remember your childhood bear was called Woody. Was it not?
Mark Puppy.
Mark Puppy. Oh, that's right. You're called Woody. That's it. Sorry. Yeah, Mark Puppy, because you used up the whole camp.
That's right.
In the days before everyone could take 8 million photographs of everything.
Speaking of friends of the show, so you just said about Chris Wokes, Lewis Moody.
Yeah, that's really shocking news. Yeah. Actually,
I hit my head quite hard actually.
Well, he's your great sort of sporting
and he's
hero.
A titan of a bloke. Like he's massive, isn't he? And like he used to throw himself into tackles and put his body on the line and.
Well, that's one of the things I remember you singling out about why he was your hero was just the intensity with which he played the game. And I guess it's partly an indication of the cruelty of diseases like that nobody is safe, nobody is immune. I mean, just sort of an elite athlete.
I don't know how many people watch this podcast, but to anyone that it's meaningful to wish Lewis all the very best.
Yeah, and his family, because I think MNDA is I've said lost friends. It's absolutely brutal. But he was terrific guest when he came on, and he and you had this conversation to which I was, I suppose, peripheral, because you were discussing what it's like winning a World Cup, something that you both have experience of, and that I have less of. But what was
you were there that day?
I was there. That day.
You were there. Yeah, in the photo. I thought you were around Loughborough here today in the summer.
Am I in the back of that photo there? But I watched his one on the telly, because it was early in the morning. But you both spoke, I thought, quite movingly about what it's like to sort of crest that summit, and then you win. You achieve what you've set out to achieve, and that's glorious. And then suddenly there's the moment where you think, well, what now? We've done it. That was 4 years' work, and now it's done. And I thought that was an amazing insight. So that's obviously, it's really exciting sometimes on this podcast, having these people on, and the openness of it, and the kind of honesty. And I guess people that are no longer playing their sport professionally, they are, they're at a remove, aren't they? And they can really sort of be open about.
Well, there's been some amazing documentaries. There's been obviously the Rugby World Cup one, our World Cup one. You look at like the Chicago Bulls one with Michael Jordan,
The Last Dance,
and then recently, I don't know if you've been watching these or if you've seen them. Have you seen the John Candy one? The acting.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Amazing documentary.
I want to watch the new Martin Scorsese.
I've seen the Charlie Sheen one as well. That's a little bit different.
I imagine it is. Yeah. There's this nice Steve Martin one on Apple.
When are we going to find the Miles Jupp documentary?
I think when the clamour for it just becomes too loud to ignore. But until then, let's relax, shall we?
He was off the hook in Monmouth. Off the hook.
Absolute crazy times. So you are now at a phase. You're not doing rehab now. You're doing training. I mean, you were bowling full pelt in there. I was very the intensity and the detail was what sort of slightly drew back. You and Neil Colleen.
Yeah.
What a lovely man he is. Did you sort of come up with him? Was he?
Yeah. So he was sort of the senior pro, I guess, when I was coming through, and even when I was a junior, we would go on, when you're a kid and you go on coaching courses, and the coaching course was Neil Colleen fast bowling, because obviously he had a name.
It doesn't rhyme, but it's a nice name. But Neil Colleen fast bowling.
Yeah. So
that's what he should have called it. It's not too late.
So we used to go on these courses, and he was the man that would run it. Then I got into Durham setup, and I used to start to travel with the second team games with him when he was in and out of the first team. And then he became coach at Durham when I was still bowling there, and then now he's the head bowling coach with England. So
what he was saying to you out there, you'd be bowling.
Well, he knows me really well, doesn't he? Yeah. Obviously, we'll go back a long way. You're talking like 15, 20 years I've known Killer for. So we'll go back a long way. He knows how to read me and what works well. And he was just telling me basically to go up and down the gears today. So
that's what was extraordinary. He'd say, okay, so bowling over casual, and Nathan and I were watching, and then we were going, I can't quite believe that this is casual. And by the time we got down the other end to watch you from sort of behind the bowler's arm, or behind your arm in this particular instance, and we could see how much it's moving as well. And you're bowling at, those were over 90, those deliveries. It was quite extraordinary to be that close to it, I have to say.
Sometimes you can hear, when I'm batting, sometimes you can hear the ball, like if I'm facing Pat Cummins and the ball like fizzes past you. That's a bit unnerving.
I was talking about that. When people, like for instance, if you're blinded by the sun, you probably still have quite a good sense of where the ball is, just because it's sort of internal geometry, and you know how fast the bowler is, and you can hear how cleanly they've hit the ball with the bat and that sort of thing. So you'd get into the right position. Someone like Ian Healy, wicketkeeping again and again and again to Shane Warne, do you think in a way he could actually listen? Because he fizzed, didn't it, when Warne bowled? Do you think he'd be able to read the delivery from the noise it was making?
Yeah, and probably there'll be like a mixture of 5 or 6 things. When you get a cue of his hand, you get a cue of the revs of the ball, how it reacts off the pitch. Like, you'd start to know, even before it's coming down.
Right, but his subconscious is doing those calculations for him, isn't he, after a while? And then it's just there. So he knows.
I remember Nokia, and Anrik Nokia bowled me a bouncer in South Africa at Joburg. And I remember hearing as I went, and almost like the whistle noise, because it was quite close to me as I went past my head. And then the wicketkeeper had the cock hit his gloves, and it was like, it made like the. So it wasn't like a normal like just catch. It was like and I remember looking back and thinking, oh my god.
And that's another 22 yards past you.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, that was one of the most frightening spells I faced. I was like, oh my god, this is proper fast.
Who do you think is the very, very quickest you faced?
It depends. I think there's been 3 or 4. I mean, Waha Riaz bowled once at me where I thought I can't get out the way of the ball. It was in Abu Dhabi, and the pitches don't necessarily bounce very high.
Yeah.
And he's quite skiddy, but he was so fast
Like
Yourself?
that I couldn't physically. It wasn't short enough to think I can duck. It was like always at me. And I remember thinking, I'm stuck here. It's too fast for me to get out the way, but I can't get out the way.
So you just finally caress it off
So I
your
was
hip?
like just like sort of fetting it off and flicking it off me and trying to get the other end. I also remember Pat Cummins bowling one where Chris Wilkes had kindly told me, it's just a little bit of extra bounce, trying to be nice to me. I thought, well, I'm going to pull this. And as he bounced me, I got to about here and the ball was like here. And I remember that one passed me. I was like, if that was there, that would have hit me straight in there. And actually, we talk about Neil Clean.
Yeah.
He bowled about 75 to 80 mile an hour and he hit me full in the face in club cricket.
Which club did he play for?
He played for Anfield Plain. I was playing for Tynedale at the time because I wasn't allowed to play for Ashton as a Durham player.
Right.
And it was a really green wicket. And I remember I walked down the wicket to charge him to negate his nit. And I hit him for 4 through the cutters. And I thought, right, this is the game plan. Just keep walking at him, negate the nip. I can't get out. It'll be. And he bounced me before I moved to
really?
me square in the face. And I remember I turned round and I put my bat in the crease and I thought, that's just hit me straight in the face. And all I could hear was Neil Killeen like chuckling behind me. And he was like, turn round. I was like, no, I won't turn round. I was too embarrassed to look at him. So yeah, he'd probably tell you it's a better story than that.
I'm glad you're getting on better now. And I love that thing where he was doing so right. You bowled one casual, one fast,
yeah,
one
so
casual, one fast.
Basically, he's trying to get my body used to the loading of bowling fast again. So it's not just like all out every ball. It's like, right, pick your times. This is the one where we're going to go up and down the gears. And I bowled 2 spells today and everything feels good. So I'm really happy. Feel a bit more confident.
Apart from bowling then, what else does the training involve then? Running weights?
A bit of like
Star
movement
jumps,
control,
is
star
there-
jumps, yeah.
One of those
Drill sergeant.
horses that
Yeah.
people jump over, jumping
Yeah.
horse, yeah. A bit of
2,
rebounding
4, 6, 8, yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, yeah.
and things like I would have thought maybe like rollerblading would be quite good for
And
hips.
rope jumping.
Yeah.
Mother Mary said to me, don't you get a bumblebee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is that something that you'd like, or does the whole team have to do that?
We're all, you jump in and out. When the rope catches you, the next one jumps
Yeah,
in
yeah.
and then, yeah. Stokes is a big one for that.
Yeah, and synchronized swimming he likes as well, of course, doesn't he? But I guess he's got the build for it.
I'm in the N for England.
So easy. It's so easy to picture. How much running are you doing then? Because you've got to. I mean,
Quite
say
a
if
bit.
you're in the field for a day, a lot of overs, a lot of sprinting, walking back to the mark, just sprinting around the
Yeah,
boundary.
doing a
I mean,
mixture.
hopefully everything's flying straight to you at catchable height. But if you've got a long day in the field, how do you build up to that sort of intensity?
Well, you can't do it easy, so because there's nothing like a day in the field. There's just nothing like you can't prepare your body for.
Well,
that.
you've never been on a play, Woody, but I tell you, it's bloody hard. No, it's not. No, it's,
no, you haven't.
yeah.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, yes, it is.
There you
But
go.
it's not technically a play, Woody. That's
Panama,
but it's
yeah.
but it's very important part of our theatre tradition. But if you've got, how do you build up to that then? Because also there's the mental side of it. If you haven't fielded for 90 overs for a while,
Yeah,
as
so
well as the
we do a
physical
mixture
side.
of like sometimes maybe when you're bowling, you run in between your overs to mimic like a field and
You
setup.
said, I hope this isn't a sort of trade secret, that when we were in the nets, Stokes would bowl a full fast over and then
and
would
then
do
a
one full lap of
the field
of the-
as fast
which
as
is
he
full
could,
lap of
back
cricket
in
field.
and then start again.
That is, he looks very, very fit.
Yeah, he's in good shape at the minute.
But
Yeah,
then you seem even more muscular.
is that right?
Yeah, that's what. I mean, there is. I mean, you're an elite athlete. You're allowed to be. In my world, sort of frowned upon amongst older actors. But you must have been doing some lots of weights and stuff like that.
Not
as
really
well.
weights, just extra broth.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is it just?
They've
It's
run out of
basically-
peas pudding.
Right, and it's just marrow essentially.
yes.
It's just boiling down bones.
Mm-hmm.
That's how many litres of broth do you get through on a
34
and that's on a good day or a bad day?
in an evening.
I reckon, yeah. If I watch 2 episodes of Celebrity Traitors, I could probably about.
I love that.
about
Why are
40
you not on
litres.
that?
An availability issue, by which I mean
Have you been offered?
no.
I would
no,
love you to go
an
on.
availability issue in that I remain available.
Would you want to
for
be
it.
a faithful or a
I
trainer?
remain available for it. I reckon being. I've been working with someone on another project who is in it. And I was asking him about it.
Which one?
Um,
You're allowed to say the TV program is on.
oh, that one is, but the one I'm doing it with him isn't.
Oh, they've done another one.
No, I'm doing a different program with an acting job with someone who is in.
Oh,
the current
I see
series,
what
so
you're
we-
doing
we
here.
have to sign-
You don't want to dub him in, and then that would make you a traitor.
No,
Very clever. Very clever.
well,
You're being a faithful. You're being a faithful.
I think Woody's talking a big game. Actually, I think perhaps it's time we started pointing the fingers towards
I
Woody.
am not deflecting.
He comes in here with all the sort of all cheery confidence. Oh yeah, I'm all about the team and stuff like that. But immediately I start talking. He's trying to undermine things. He's trying to find things out.
Do you know who would say that? A traitor.
I think being a traitor would be really stressful, and I think it would be quite panic-inducing.
I think I would laugh too much if I was a traitor. I'd have to be a fit. Because as soon as
just-
someone said, "Oh no,"
You think it's me, do you? Once I think I would be terrible at last one laughing. I think I would be terrible at because all I really do is laugh.
How would
which
you
is
knock-
partly because I'm amused,
how would
partly
you
because
knock
I'm
people off the
nervous.
scent? Double nose pick, double ear pick.
As a
Wipe your eyes.
just pretend that you've got to tell.
Your chuckle.
Not me.
Yeah.
I would because I laugh partly because things are funny and partly because I'm nervous. So in a situation like that, you think, well, those are both my triggers, essentially. So if I went on that, I would.
So do you think celebrity traitors would be easier for you, or the program where they've got to not laugh?
Traitors would be
So
easier.
you know the one
because
where the
presumably you can
comedians
just
do
sort of- yeah.
Who would be your nemesis as a comedian? Who would get you to laugh every time? Because Bob Mortimer seemed to have one over everybody.
That would be absolutely impossible. But also Joe Wilkinson.
Oh, did you see the bit where did you see he did the R and a lie?
Yeah, I would be. I wouldn't be in there 5 minutes. I think they had a full start. Jimmy had the car.
I wonder how the cricketers who do you think would be a good, like, faithful and traitor? Do you know who would be a very good traitor?
Well-
Owen Morgan,
Really?
because he never changes his face.
Is he absolutely
You can't
poker-faced?
tell either way,
Right.
and he's good tactically.
But also, yes, he's got very good sort of, and anyone that's been a sort of a successful captain, I suppose, is very good. Like, so Stokes would be very good at reading people's minds, presumably.
You'd tell he's a traitor though, because he's out. I
Right,
want him
yeah,
gone.
I think if Stokes accused somebody else of being a traitor, you would absolutely vote.
Yeah, with him.
Yeah, I think you're right. Dan.
Yeah, you're right.
I think all right. I was thinking exactly the same.
Especially
And
with
you
his crooked
phrased it-
titanium finger when he's got that pointed out. You're like, yeah, Ben, were you?
Has he got titanium fingers?
Yeah.
He's got metal hands.
Well, one of them is.
Has he always had metal hands? Where
He's
haven't I
got
noticed?
scissor hands.
Oh, right.
Did you
Who are
not
we
feel it
talking
when,
about?
when you shook his hand? It was like that. And he sort of
Did he have metal
Claudia.
hand?
Yeah.
Oh, I really didn't notice that.
when he drops in lava.
So when people call it the claw, when he catches.
That's the only thing that kills him, and that reboots him. But apart from that,
Yeah.
he's like, I'll be back and stuff like that.
That's right. Yeah. Was that Stokes who we met, or was that Stokesy 2000? Was that when he took that catch on the boundary during the World Cup in 2019? You were there. You were playing. That people were calling it the claw. Was it by that stage already an actual claw?
Yeah.
Right.
He had it done in about 2016, 17.
And is that legal to have?
Maybe even before that.
You're allowed to have metal hands.
Well, he's got a plate in his hand because he broke his finger.
Oh, right. But it's not like a metal finger, is it? It's
No,
just
no, it's
right.
got that.
Well, I've got a plate in my head. That doesn't make me bionic.
Yeah.
I don't think it makes me a bit slower.
Like sometimes if he dives and like the skin comes off, he just spray paints the skin.
Could he form crop circles on his own, just with his big sort of siding?
Yeah. If ever we need Wi-Fi, he just puts it up to the ceiling
Yeah.
to the electricity.
And of course, if he's on the dodgems, that's how he can he can just reach up and get extra power. You must be then about to leave these shores, mainland Britain, where we currently find ourselves, domiciled. Where are you going immediately after this? I mean, don't give geographical details. I'm not,
the toilet.
not
I feel
postcodes.
I've had a lot of water.
Well, I mean, I was just reading there's quite a lot of information about hydration in this building, which I don't wish to criticise the ECB. There could be more toilets here. But there's quite a lot of information on heaps of reading material. All of it's about hydration.
How did you? Which colour were you on the scale?
Well, you want to be lemonade, not apple juice. I mean,
but which
they've
one were
made
you?
that bit of car. It was lemonade.
Number 2.
My
Couldn't have been 0. That's too clear.
If I did a lemonade coloured number 2, I would be absolutely. I would really. In fact, that's so unlikely it wasn't on the chart.
No, I'm off in a few days' time. I'm heading to New Zealand first.
Yeah.
To meet up with the one-day group, do some bowling there, and then back over to Perth. I mean, Auckland to Perth, it's just around the corner. It's only 8 hours flight.
Oh gosh, they're surprisingly far.
Yeah.
From each other. Because I don't mention this very often. I really like New Zealand.
Well, I'm hoping to see the shark bus.
Didn't they say they'd retired the shark bus? That was.
Did we? Yeah,
no. The right hand rule that had been retired, wasn't it? When we interviewed, God, he's a nice bloke, Lockie Ferguson, really good fun. Shark bass. That might be the way to catch. You would catch Kelly Tarleton's Waterworld adventure, but maybe someone. I think we've googled it, didn't we? Someone.
I'll tell you what I will do. I'll walk with freedom there. There's no snakes, is there? No. That's the only country in the world, isn't it, without poisonous snakes? Or a snake? Nathan, Google it. He's nodding. Yep, thanks. It's only country without poisonous snake.
But when they didn't St. Patrick drive them from somewhere else as well?
No, that was
St. Patrick.
That was Jeremiah Springfield.
No,
they were whacking.
I think Ireland is snake free because of the work of St. Patrick. I think so, but I don't know. I mean,
Nathan,
that could be a can of worms.
Another snake.
Could you Google? I don't think it's unreasonable to ask of a producer that has another full-time job. Please, can you Google? Was it?
I'll get on it.
St. Patrick in New Zealand. Google that and see if anything comes up. You'll fly to where in New Zealand? Did you say Auckland?
Auckland.
Yeah, fantastic.
How long will you flying out of Wellington, which I'm very nervous about.
How long? Wellington is, of course, very windy. Auckland. Where are you? Are you training in Auckland, or are you just sort of meeting up with the guys?
New Zealand is a snake-free country with no native land snakes.
Okay, what about Ireland? Yeah.
No, there are no native snakes in Ireland. The only other place to not have snakes is New Zealand. We were just talking about acting and stuff there. Did I tell you that I did my level 3 coaching? No. And we had to have an actor in the room.
Oh.
So my scenario was I had a player who had just scored 170 for the England Lions. He was 20 years old.
Yeah.
But the team had lost the match. And he'd done a podcast saying that he should be in the England team already, can't play with these guys.
Who's he based on, do you reckon?
And what else was it? It was like all these things. And the actor then had a behind the scenes sort of bit where he knew more of the background. So like he was from a military family, didn't have many friends. His mum shipped him around everywhere. He didn't want to disappoint his dad.
Yeah.
But we basically got presented with a player, and we had a coach of how we would deal with this player.
That's really good.
Wokes, Stephen Finn, and Chris Jordan are doing this.
Yeah.
And when you go into the room, there's a camera like this, and they can watch you talking on the camera to this
like an AC-12 investigation.
Yeah. So you go in the next room and you speak with this actor, and the guy's watching in the next room. So like my guy is like, so I went in, I sat down, and this is my guy. He's like, Woodstock, great to see you. I'm like, look, we need to sit down, we need to have a chat. Like there's some grumblings that you're not happy with teammates. He's like, yeah, 1 minute, I'm just ordering a pizza and I'm talking to my friends, I'm gonna go out. And then I'm talking, he's like, yeah, I'll just be so like I had to try and be like firm with him.
Oh, wow.
So like
it sounds like he was doing an excellent job there.
Yeah, so he's getting that was right out of my comfort zone, because usually I'd be the one that was making that trying to be daft like this guy. And then he gets like a mint off the desk. And I thought, right, I've had enough of this. Like, I was like, spit it out. So I got the bin like this, and I made him spit the sweet in the bin. I was like, right, foot in your pocket. You're going to listen to me. I'm not happy with your teammates. If I don't see you integrating within the group, and I want to see you hanging out with people, you've done this podcast. You're a long way off England if you think that you're going to do that. England's about being a team and all this kind of stuff. And I like went in, and he was like, so I sat there like that, pretending like to be disappointed. And then he tried to give us a bit of the background story, but by that point I had
you were seeing mist. You were seeing the red mist.
So I was like, right, that's it. No, I want to see it. And if you're not playing the next match, and that is the consequence. And I left the room, and all the lads I went in, they were like. But
was that deemed to be the correct approach?
It was, because what it was is that there's a three, or we got taught there's a 3-tier approach. It's like the teacher, parent, child.
Yeah.
And he was acting like a child, so you have to act.
Like a parent, like a PE teacher, like a parent,
so that you don't come down to his level like a child and child. That wouldn't work. Yeah. And then if you're a teacher child, then they can get. So you have to almost be a bit more firm. Whereas when I first started, I was trying to coax him, and I wasn't firm enough. I was like a bit patient, and then you get a break out the room. You discuss with the lads what went well, what didn't went well, and then you go back in again for like 2 more minutes,
right,
of how you think you should have finally approached it.
Well, this is irresistible. Nathan, can you whisper a backstory into my ear? Can you say what I've done? No. I'll do the same one. I'll do the same one, and I want to see if I will be, or you can give me a backstory. But I want to be And does the actor get
So
to
you're
wear...
the coach?
No,
Or
no,
you're the actor?
no. I'm playing for the England Lions, and what have I done? I've scored 100 and I've scored 70.
170.
Yeah.
The team's lost.
Yeah, and I've tweeted I should be in the England team.
You've done
I've
a podcast that you should be in the England
Absolute
team.
mugs game.
You complain about your other teammates. They're
Yeah.
not on your level.
Okay.
You're not hanging around. You've got your own coach, and you'll not use anyone else.
Right.
And you won't face any of the netballers because they're beneath you.
Okay, great. All right. So you've told me to come in. I'm in a room. You said we're going to have a meeting. I got a name.
Tom.
And how do I sound? Is it like this?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. So I'm Tom, and your coach. Would you be your coach? Okay. So I'm waiting in the room at the appointed time. Maybe I'm late. Okay. Come in.
Hey, Tom.
Oh, Woody.
That's right. Tom, can we have a
Yeah.
chat, please?
Yeah, all right.
There's been some grumblings about you and your behaviour towards your teammates.
Oh, right. Yep.
I would like to see you integrate with the group a little bit more, practice with your teammates, maybe help those that are struggling a little bit. I know you did really well the last game.
I did. I scored 100 and I scored 70.
And they were fantastic. But
yeah, but do you know what?
how do you think your other teammates did?
They didn't do very well, hence we lost.
Okay.
But I, absolutely front and centre, doing everything asked of me. And I really, in an ideal world, they would follow my example.
So how are we going to get them to follow your example? What do they need to do?
Well, who's the coach? Is it you or is it me?
Well, I'm asking you as a player, surely you can help out the other
Well,
teammates.
surely our roles are pretty clearly defined. My job is to play to the best of my abilities, which I've done. Your job is to coach. I mean, if the other 10 guys aren't pulling the weight, crikey, you'll probably be pulled under.
Don't be a
Well, don't be a So that's it, yeah. Okay, yeah, okay. Well, it's really good. I think it sounds like you've really learned.
Yeah.
That's level 3, is it?
Yep.
So what's level 4?
The Tom is a underwater cricketer,
Yeah.
and we have
Yeah.
to do the same interview underwater.
Okay. That's right. Yeah. Thanks for your hat, Stokesy. Oh, yeah, I think that's good. That's level 4, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it sounded like it went well.
Yeah.
There we go. It's a bit of fun. Should we do the mailbag?
Yes. Mailbag.
Right, middle please umpire, mailbag. This is from Elliot Cousins. Cricketer spotted. The ongoing topic of spotting cricketers made me remember a time I was on a train with a true cricketing legend. I just spent 6 days at a music festival in Lincolnshire in the summer of 2021. With the train so busy, we managed to sneak into the first-class carriage in hope of a seat and somewhere to rest our eyes for a couple of hours. To our surprise, the usually ruthless train staff took pity on us and not only let us sit down without the relevant ticket, even gave us all free bacon rolls. While sitting in the carriage, I spotted a familiar figure on the table opposite me. On the table, not at the table, it says here. No other than the legend himself, Sir David Gower. As much as I wanted to go and say hello, the notorious DIG, having not showered for almost a week and feeling like a broken man, I thought better of ruining his peaceful journey. I am sure that even if you were just in an absolute state,
I think you would have respected the state.
he would have said, "Oh, you look like you've been having a very good time."
Yeah.
Or whatever it might have been. That's a good spot, though. So DIG travels first class, but as we say, it sounds like it might have been unofficially declassified, so he hadn't necessarily paid the supplement. That's not at all bad, though, is it? David Gower on a train. I mean, where have you seen David Gower? What forms of public transport?
Helicopter?
Helicopter? Have you?
Well, wasn't he? Oh no, it was an airplane in Australia.
Yeah.
The famous picture of him in an airplane.
Oh yeah. I've personally been on a taxi.
But that was a. It wasn't a proper airplane. It was
a tiger moth.
Yeah.
Tiger moth. Yeah, that is a proper aeroplane. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's not like a
if you can achieve
commercial
lift
traveling.
and thrust, therefore flight, that is a plane, would you? If you got shot down in a war, you wouldn't go and sort of come spinning to the earth going, wouldn't have mind being shot down by a proper plane, but this is just demeaning. Sorry, that is really loud. Sorry, your poor ears. Right. Elliot Cousins, thank you very much indeed for writing in. And it's great that you spotted a friend of the show. The headline of this letter, Woody guilty? ? Hi, Miles. Let's say hi, Miles and Woody. Hi, Miles. I am the ex-England physio who worked with Woody for a number of years, and you kindly hosted me on one of your earlier podcast episodes. I came across the attached photo recently, taken some years ago during England's tour to South Africa in December 2020. This was the ODI series that was postponed due to a COVID outbreak in the hotel, the lovely Vineyard Hotel in Cape Town that the two teams were sharing. I thought this pic was topical given the recent release of the reboot of I Know What You Did Last Summer, and that the prime culprit of this sun cream graffiti on my physio plinth was your co-host. From Ben Langley. Did you write this on Ben Langley's physio bench in sun cream? The chilling words, I know what you did last summer.
Well, usually I don't get to play in the summer through injury. So, it couldn't have been me, no.
Honestly?
Do I look like a traitor or a faithful?
I think, you've got your tell. You're having one of your spasms. Is that your handwriting? You write in capital letters, don't you?
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Is that
Referring to my...
Woody, it sounds like, look, we met him on the podcast, very nice guy, very forgiving guy.
Langus wouldn't lie, but I also wouldn't lie. You're going to have to come up with this yourself.
What?
Diddle-diddle-diddle.
Okay, Woody did it. Is that what you mean? Is that...
Yeah, it was me.
Was it you?
Yeah.
You naughty little chap.
Don't admit that to Langus, though.
Langers, if you're listening, it was not Woody. Langers, if you're not listening, it was Woody. There we are. I think we've covered all eventualities.
It's not as bad as what I did to Creative Diamond when I put all the hotel plants in his room and pretended it was a jungle.
Did you sing songs from the Jungle Book and that sort of thing? Trust in me.
No,
That's what the snake sings, no? Okay.
Well, I was just looking for the bare necessity.
Simple. Bare necessities.
Good, click that, isn't it? Our
Forget.
sound guy loves that.
Forget about your worries and your strife.
That's snappy, yeah?
You're very good at clicking your fingers. You got any other skills? Whistling. And then one other? No. Bowling at 97 miles an hour.
Sorry.
Bowling at 97 miles an hour. So easy to forget. Right, this is sent in by Colin Granger. This is a wardrobe malfunction. Now, I'm going to guess he not a literal wardrobe malfunction. He's probably wearing something inappropriate rather than, for instance, a door.
Forgot his
in
box.
His hand.
Is it
or
the
that
dream?
sort of
Is
thing.
the dream happened?
The
You've had
dream.
that dream, the cricket dream,
What's the cricket dream?
where you forget your box or you forget your pads and then you go out of bat. That's what kind of wardrobe malfunction thing. It's a cricket podcast.
If you are a cricketer, but is that a genuine anxiety dream for a cricketer?
Yeah, or sometimes I have the one where the balls come towards my face, not flinch in bed like that.
Oh, I might have one where someone comes into a dressing room and goes, right, the show's starting in 5 minutes, are you ready? And I go, yes. And then I think, what is the show? What are we sort of doing? That sort of thing. It's the same thing. This is a wardrobe malfunction by Colin Granger. Like so many players before me, my cricketing career is defined by one unforgettable summer afternoon. Mine was not to be a century for the ages, nor a series-defining bowling spell, or even a flying catch. There seemingly was nothing unusual about this particular game, our usual old boys playing against a similar ragtag set of players, with a mix of those approaching pensionable years, a couple of keen teenagers, and a couple who maybe should avoid second helpings at tea. I arrived to realise I had not packed my trousers. Bugger. After the obligatory teasing, one of my teammates offered up an old spare pair that had been left festering in his kit bag for a couple of years. Never mind, they were whitish, so on they went. The issue was that they were around 4 sizes too big. They'd also lost the string that may have helped disguise their oversized fitting. I rolled the elastic waist, tightening it into a knot of sorts, which worked well. We batted first and all was good, the thigh pads holding everything in place while I made an unmemorable single-figure score. It was in the field where things began to quite literally unravel. The knot holding my trousers to my waist turned out to be somewhat fragile when I moved with any vigour. For the first 10 or 15 overs, I managed to disguise it as the ball came towards me, making regulation stops and the odd dive that didn't require me to move too far from my position at gully. My confidence in the voluminous trousers was set to be tested when I was moved to the covers, and almost immediately the batter fired the ball agonisingly past me. He didn't quite catch it properly, so I was required to chase after it to prevent it reaching the boundary. Almost immediately I realised I was in trouble. The knot in my trousers instantly proved to be useless and came loose, and I could no longer feel a significant amount of waistband on my waist. I had to multitask, sprint towards the rolling ball whilst repeatedly and wildly hoisting up the trousers every 2 paces as I did so. I expect I looked like I had a rather unorthodox running start, but needs must, and I just went with it. Everything appeared to be working out, but the moment came when I was approaching the slowing ball just before the boundary. I couldn't effectively make the last few yards while having one hand on my trousers. So instinctively, I let go in order to prepare for my dive at the ball. There was a definite moment in time when I realised this had been a mistake. Without the repeated hoisting I'd undertaken, my trousers were almost immediately taken over by the laws of gravity and began their inexorable decline down my legs. I reached to grab them again, but this time it was too late. They had fallen below my grasp. All that was left was to make the heroic stop, prevent 4 runs, and I could salvage some pride. Sadly, the trousers had by now almost entirely gathered around my cricket boots, rendering the last 2 yards of sprinting impossible. They tangled around my feet and tackled me to the ground in what can be described as an invisible, undignified, and rather unusual rugby tackle. Inevitably, I was left reaching for thin air, outstretched on the ground, underpants visible to the world as the ball touched the rope. By now, what felt like the entire park was staring and pointing at me in hysterics. When order was eventually restored, someone fetched me a belt to secure my waistband for further instant. For some years, and until I gracefully retired, I was ironically cheered by my team. Every time I fielded even the most simple shot in my direction. I always wanted to leave my mark on the sport that I love with that one unforgettable moment. It's just not how I imagined it. That is absolutely golden.
That's a quality story.
I think that, the fact that it crosses the boundary is what makes it so completely beautiful.
And I think it's because we both know, that feeling where your pants are on your ankles and you can't, you just have to just fall down. It's like the inevitable trip.
I don't think I've, no.
You've never tripped over your pants?
Never lowered my pants. This is Jed Collie-Priest. My club cricket career was at best patchy. I was a wobbly left-arm swing bowler who could move it nicely on a good day, but on a bad one I struggled to hit the strip. In 2010, I found myself playing for my work team in an invitational tournament for the advertising industry at Lord's. As the event was organised by Cricinfo, each team had an ex-pro in their ranks. Adopting the moniker the Full Tossers, we found ourselves in the mix after some good wins in the pool stages. I was bowling decently enough, expensive as usual, but picking up wickets. In the semi-final, I came on as second change and trundled into bowl. An innocuous pedestrian delivery, I was nudged to deep mid-wicket for a single, and I ambled back to my mark. As I started my run-up again, I realised the batsman on strike was now none other than Graham Hick. Yes, that Graham Hick, 100 first-class centuries to his name, over 40,000 runs, 3 World Cups and a place in the County Cricket Hall of Fame, if such a thing exists. He must have been quaking in his spikes at the thought of my left-arm filth. A wide delivery outside off stump was promptly carted to the boundary for 4, and I braced myself for what could be a very long over. Still, I've been carted around the park by worse batsmen than Hickey, so I set off to bowl again. An almost identical delivery outside off failed to move through the air, and the former England star went after it. Attempted to send it for 6, Hick didn't quite get hold of it and offered a half chance to the fielder at mid-off. With the greatest respect to my teammates that day, they may have had excellent careers in the advertising game, but none of them was going to take that catch. Fortunately, the man at mid-off was Phil de Freitas. Only 5 years out of the game, Daffy launched himself and took a sensational diving catch to his right, sending Hick back to the shed. Still in a daze, I picked up a wicket with the next ball, though I doubt that batter had quite the same pedigree. We went on to lose in the final to Lou Vincent's team, and the rest of my bowling that day was as forgettable as the rest of my career. But there is a scorecard somewhere that will forever read, G.A. Hick caught de Freitas, bowled Collie-Priest at Lord's. It may be 15 years later, but like my getting at a test match tea, I'm still dining out on it. That is a glorious thing to have on a scorecard.
Yeah.
Absolutely glorious. I think with the catching thing, actually,
I
with
think
the
it's
ex-pros, there's so much drilled into them.
But I think it's sad though as well that more of the the big players in this country don't play club cricket. I know there's so much cricket in that, but could you imagine a young kid playing against Stokesy, in a club game? Or that would be an unbelievable experience.
Well, you were saying today, a young lad came in for his first England net and had to bat against you and Stokes. I mean,
and Potts,
Matty Potts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that'd be pretty terrifying.
But that would be I just think, can you imagine playing a club game and Stokesy comes to play? That must be one of the best. Although it'd be daunting playing against such a good player. It must be. Can you imagine you've got him out all age?
You've done it all. My mate who used to play for Essex when he was young, he caught and bowled Ramprakash once.
Well, that's it.
And he's got that forever. He carries that around with him.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine what it'd be like if you played for Monmouth Thirds and one day your mate Mark Wood turned down and he agreed to play to you. That'd be exciting.
I'm ready.
It's ready. We are in South East Wales Division 15 and we won the Fair Play Award this season.
For
Well, things like saying, yes, I edged it, don't worry, and walking. Well, we know we've all got.
Do you have to walk? Is that part of your? Is that
No, the main thing you
So
do.
Broad couldn't play for you.
The main, the main thing you have to do is clap everything. Whilst fielding, we clap. A dot ball.
Only one fielding or
Well,
the other day?
batting, of course, because you've got sort of got
Yeah,
gloves
but
on.
what happens if it's like a great sandwich? Oh,
Yeah. No, I think, yeah, you'd applaud a great
or a
sandwich.
great lap. Great lap.
Well, actually, we've actually just brought teas back. It's absolutely revolutionised
What's
the game.
on the tea? Is it bring your own tea or?
No. There's a proper match tea now. It's absolutely fantastic. It's absolute game changer. I think there should be longer gaps between innings, actually, just because
to appreciate the tea.
and a proper sort of digestive period. It should be more like sort of French style, maybe a 3-hour break or whatever, and you just have time, just a little bit of time on
Does
a
that put
chaise.
more pressure on the toss then? You want to field first, get it out the way,
Well,
and then you can enjoy your tea.
Walking out to field with a lunch. I remember you talking about playing at Lords and you're down at the fine leg and you can just taste gravy for about 3 hours.
I don't mind that.
Racket. Yeah, I think you're coming to it from you've got a higher level of fitness than many members of the team that I play for. I think so. You're kind of
I have
ready.
a greater love of gravy.
That's true. Yeah, and you're sort of half and halfing. I mean, you imagine if you had chips and gravy, you're probably having equivalent liquid to the amount of solid that's going in sour. And so it's I dare say that expedites the digestive process. Please, we love your letters. Categories that we're open to any sort of letter, frankly. The cricketing mishaps, best and worst games, cricketers spotted in everyday or unusual settings, nicknames, extraordinary grounds or teas, and indeed anything else.
I can't believe Langers has written in to throw me under the bus. Or throw me on the physio bed, as it looks like.
It's just ultimately, Woody, I think we all know, in the end, justice has to be served. Do you know what I mean? And you can't keep running away from these crimes.
What happens if I own up to it? Will that cleanse me of some sort?
Yeah, I'd have thought sort of maybe 100 hours of community service. Perhaps coaching.
We watched The Mask last night with my son.
With Jim Carrey.
Yeah, and he's got that bit where he goes, "All right, I did it, Che. It was me." Maybe that's what I need to do. To
You need to do that for 100 hours.
Yeah.
And that is your
Look, it was
penance.
me. I did it, Che.
Smoking, that's what the line smoking is. It was that was, who's the actor in that?
What's he going to do to me, Sarge?
That is, what's her name, the actress in that?
Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz, like her first first movie I saw in. Terrific. It must have come out around about the time you were born, that film. Like mid-90s, was it?
Chick, chicky bum, chick, chicky bum, chick, chicky bum.
See, that's why we have to film them. Imagine not being able to see that.
Hi, it's David Gower here. Yes, it's me. Look, it's slightly embarrassing, but look, Mark and Miles, they've forgotten the email address again. So look, if you've got any cricketing tales, stories, whatever it might be you want to send to them, please email them at middleplease@hotmail.com. And if that's too much, well, try Twitter or Instagram.
Thanks for listening to our one-off special episode. Miles apparently has got a bit of a surprise. We've got a part 2 coming up. I think it's a bit of an Ashes chat, a bit of Ferrero Rocher throwing.
And then we'll finish off.
See you in part 2.
A bientôt.
Oh, should be taken and is taken. Brilliant from Mark Wood. What a spell this has been.